Premium Mixed Leagues are finally here. I'm going to give you the full guide on what to do with these and how to make the most of them so you can get a ton of cards and a ton of coins. And all you got to do to say thank you is drop a like down below and subscribe. Be sure to check out my memberships in the link down below to get access to exclusive lives like one on Saturday. And let's go get these completed. If you can't afford your favorite players and trading into them just isn't realistic, and of course you don't want to give EA your money, then Sky Coach has you covered with the most reliable and cheapest coins in FC26, a quick and easy service. Using the link down below, you'll automatically get 10% off so you can finally buy your favorite players.
Nice.
So first of all, they are the absolute classics, the Mixed Leagues and the Premium Mixed League upgrade. We can spend hours on the both of them. Let's look at the basic one. I will be honest, the Mixed League is going to be used a lot less than the Premium. You have slightly different requirements and, as you can see, slightly different leagues. So we've got MLS, and in the Championship we've got Serie, BKT and Bundesliga 2, League 2 and Liga Hypernation, or Motion, and Lib and Sud. So very simple stuff there. And then we come over here. It's the one that you're going to want to do more. If we look at the rewards here, first of all, finishing off with a small rare gold players pack there, but a prime gold players pack here, jumbo gold pack, a prime electrum, a small rare and a small prime. I think almost identical to last year. Now historically, this has been the SBC that has always been the toughest. You need 11 Lib and Sud cards with players from one club, max 4, and you've got a team overall rating of 68, which is actually a lot lower than it has been historically. Now, for all three of these, you've got a maximum of 1 player per club, which will be the only sort of hurdle you'll get with these. And the total SBC that you were typically looking at last year, which I think will be very similar once the market settles on these, is usually around 20,000 coins. Now, if you want to craft this, the best way you can do that is get yourself 10k from upgrades like the Prime Bronze and Silver. As you can see, I've already completed mine. You've also now got your Daily Common upgrade with Daily Common, Gold, Bronze and Silver. So you do want to be doing all three of these every single day. Of course, you put in 1 player, you get out 11. It's the biggest no-brainer that you will ever have in FIFA. So we do this, and this also gives us a good chunk of the players for the likes of marquee matchups as well. And essentially the easiest way, or the only way I would say, to craft the Premium Mixed League upgrade is to do it via Bronze, Silver and Gold, then go into marquee matchups. Obviously, if you do the Prime Silvers and Prime Bronze as well, you've got all that to push into it, and then you will be able to do marquee matchups essentially free, and then marquee matchups will give you a good chunk. But let's complete obviously the gold upgrades just to show you how good these can be. A little bit different to the Bronze and Silver. This time you need half bronze, half silver, so they can work into this, and that's kind of how you're meant to do it. So you want to autofill with bronzes and then just send to the club the ones that are rare so that you don't waste the ones for icon SBCs down the line. And then same again with the silvers. And once again, we do not want to be getting rid of any Sunderland players, I tell you that for free. That's 11 common golds, which obviously is worth a lot more than a lot of what we've got here. We've also got a daily rare upgrade, which is a new feature. We've not had this before. This obviously requires 5 golds. Actually a very good deal for the rares that we're going to get out of this. So that's something new and something absolutely we're welcome to. And I certainly won't be putting my highest rated fodder in there. Get that back down to low to high, please. Thank you very much. And let's stop putting the Sunderland players in. God, EA clearly aren't remembering that we can't submit them. By the way, guys, if you submit a Sunderland player, the game crashes, so don't do that. 5 max 78s, look, we'll take it. It can all help with the premium mix. So let's get those opened. So we'll do this one first. Obviously, yeah, we're not expecting anything crazy out of that. I don't think we can even get anything really too good out of the common either, but most of those cards will go straight into the Premium Mixed League. And what's good is when you are crafting a Premium Mixed League set, you will find stuff that goes into either one. So if we can't get something that goes directly into the preferred route, which is obviously Premium Mix, there will be something for the Mixed Leagues. And if not that, there will be other routes like your marquee matchups. Oh, we hit the jackpot there. If you were smart, you probably invested in Lib and Sud cards. I did tip that quite a few times, and these are really, really easy to get going. So what do you want to do in terms of getting these squads completed is just get Lib and Sud. Get your best players. First of all, Sud America, we don't have any. How many even are there right now? I mean, there's a fair few. I just have none in my club, which is interesting. But we do have a lot of Lib. So I just went heavy on the Lib side. Didn't actually invest in any of the Sud. And we are a little barren, but luckily I have a lot of the golds on my transfer list. Now, do we have any club duplicates there? I don't think we do, which is a good start. And as you can see, we have a fair few of these on the transfer list. I mean, these are all, surely they're not. I mean, we'll list a few of these at 2k, because if they are going to go at 2k, then that is an absolute bargain for me. I don't think they will, but let's hope. And let's take a Fernandez to the bank, and we'll keep him, and him. Looks like they're going for about 1.5, which is double money on a lot of these cards, which we'll absolutely take. Obviously keeping a few of these just for myself because we will be doing a ridiculous amount of Live and Sword cards. So bring out the rest. 1, 2, and 3. And I think we might have a full squad there. Chemistry requirement is nil. It used to be a lot more. I think they've made it far easier to do the Live and Sword squads, to be honest. Chemistry's covered, so we just need to shove these players in. Hope they don't overlap and hope we hit that rating, which I think we've got covered pretty well there. So that is our first squad completed, and we'll submit that for the jumbo gold pack, probably the best pack that we're going to get here. Then we've got ourselves the prime electrum pack. We will take that as well. This one's League One and Eredivisie. Now obviously, as I mentioned before, if you've done the marquee matchups, you've got yourself about 20 to 25k. You're able to buy all these cards. You're using those common golds that you can cycle into. We've got a lot of options where you can keep cycling things to do this. Now, what you will get out of this SBC as well, will cycle straight back in. Hopefully, you can profit off a lot of these as well. Once you do 10 of them, sort of, I know that sounds a lot, you will find yourself getting fodder, informs, bigger end cards that in the tradable packs are going to be crazy for you, and in untradables, either good for your club or good for repeating this, or even your fodder supply. So here we're looking for different League One players or different teams in every position. It's impossible to win a game of FIFA with a team like this. But when your coin balance is low, and so is your bank balance, how can you afford your favorite players? That's where top 1% trading comes in. The #1 premium Discord in FC26, ready to make you millions of coins again and making your dream team a reality. Now here we are looking for different League One clubs in every position. So you're looking for the peculiar ones, the ones that you have the least of. If we look at the chemistry is 10, the rating is 74, and we're also able to use Eredivisie. So use up all your League One clubs and then move over to the Eredivisie. League One typically will be more expensive per card. We will take him. I'm not going to have any more from that club, I don't think. You want to leave clubs like Marseille for the positions that you won't be able to fill because you will have a ton of Marseille players. Same for PSG, same for Monaco, if any. So for example, we might want to use a player from Nantes rather than a Nice or PSG player because we know that we can fill them anywhere. And Lens as well, same concept. So we're doing all right so far. Right, that's looking pretty good. So let's fill out some of the PSG spots. I think, oh, do you know what? We'll go Rooney first. And then we'll get to a point where if this guy was untradeable, I would just shove him in because informs aren't worth that much at the moment. However, he's tradable, so I wouldn't. But you get the point. When you're doing these League SBCs, sometimes it's worth just shoving these players in if there isn't a better place for an inform. Now, we've come up short on a few positions, so let's go to the Eredivisie. Weghorst, we will take you first of all. Let's see if we've got a left back. Surely we do. No left back, but we can just use any position, realistically. Clisson, we will take that. And he fumbled at the first hurdle. Let's see if we've got any centre backs. There we go. That is us cooked. Prime Electrum players pack. There we are. Now we've got Serie A and Bundesliga. Once again, I will do as much from my club as possible. We will have crafted a lot of these in the common pack, in the marquee matchups, in what's available currently. Making sure you do all of the challenge section. That's going to be vital. And you don't want to really use players above an 82 rating in any of these squads because it's just more than what is worth. 82, I'd say, is definitely the max that I would settle on. Once again, if you are doing tons of these, you will probably find yourself more likely to shove an 83 in here or there. We had less Bundesliga positions covered. So we're going to go over to the Serie A. Now, you don't have to do it position by position. The chemistry required in this is incredibly minimal. So you actually could just get the 10 cam and then shove whatever player in. I do it like this because I find it easier to manage for future times that I'm going to cycle through this. That's how I prefer it, but you absolutely don't have to do that. And there is squad number 3 done. And then we've got the Premier League and the La Liga. So simple stuff here. Had the most Prem players, but of course we're not putting any Sunderland in. So we did fall short on 2 positions. But once again, head over to La Liga and we are cooking. And that is that completed. Now we've got the 5 packs from this. So very easy SBC to do, as you can see. We've absolutely rattled through that. Really, really easy. Now the next step is using what we get from these rewards in order to complete more of these and essentially get an unlimited amount of these. So we've got these 5 packs. Obviously the main pack for higher end fodder is going to be our prime gold. I would say in terms of what we want to do for repetitiveness, we're going to go for the tradable stuff first. We're going to see what we can get out of this, sell and use to fund more, and then the rest of it is going to be what players are going to go back in. So first of all, off the bat, nothing crazy here. Fishlock isn't wholly useful, but she is in the women's MLS, so I think that helps. We've got someone called basically Clunge there, an interesting name. Arthur Chavez looks like, okay, so that's like probably 3k, so we'll absolutely take that off the bat. So that's 3,000 coins to just fund the next one. And if we say they're going to cost roughly 20k. That's more than 10% off of one player. Now, we can quick sell this. Obviously, there's a Libertadores card in there or a South America. We won't do that, but we'll get us 3.5k. So there is options there in terms of the quick sell if you had no useful players. In terms of our silvers, I am going to get rid of a few of these. We'll keep the, we'll sell fish lot because we already have her evidently. In terms of these lot, I'll get rid of Berg. We'll keep Treyland and we will keep Griffo in these lot. Now, bear in mind, the women's players can be used in the men's SBCs, so they do go both ways. I think we made about 5 and a bit K back there from that first pack, which is a very good start, being that we weren't expecting crazy results. You know, it's not always going to be mental what you do get back from here. If you get things like a shadow in one of these, you'll absolutely laugh. Quick sell those two. Is a Spanish manager going to get us anything? Probably not, since Pina's in the mud. We will get rid of all of these. Anchor would get us about 3k, it looks like right now. So that's another 3,000. I'm going to keep it, but in the instance you sell it, that's another 3k. We sell these. And looking at the players, Ryerson, that's a Bundesliga player, that's a La Liga, that's a Prem, that's a Bundes. Every single one of those players essentially goes back into one of these other SBCs, so we're absolutely happy with that. Of that one, with selling the anchor, we make back about 6k, and we've got 6 or 7 cards to use. Now, overall, between those packs, we've made about 11k back. We take that. Now we're looking for fodder. We're looking for usable cards. We're looking for informs, something that's going to improve the club. Now, an 84 is a good start. This is a small pack. Wasn't expecting anything crazy. We will accept that. 84 and an 82, good. We'll open the small gold players pack next. We've got a right mid. We've not had a walkout yet, which is okay. We've only opened 5 packs. If you do a few sets of these, you can start expecting walkouts. 2 84s is a good start though. Even though they are base fodder, they are both fodder. And that is what we're trying to get as much of as possible. I was apprehensive. I thought the walkout might be there. We've got ourselves in the final there. Cells, not bad. We've got Zorgain. We've got a few commons here and some gold rares. Now, once again, pretty much all of these, apart from this guy, go back into these SBCs. So that is just a couple sets of the SBC. Realistically, if you look at what we've got back in players, the next set we're going to have to spend a very small amount on to complete. I think it's just a few lib players we'll have to buy. And that is your next step. You come back to the Premium Mixed League and you rinse and repeat. And when you do this 10 times, I promise you, you will find yourselves getting huge walkouts and huge current promo pack players. And I'm not saying they're going to be the best in the promo, but you will get players that either have a high value or a high fodder value for you to use. Now, if this has helped you at all you got to do is subscribe and drop a like down below. I'll see you tomorrow.